Hello and welcome to Business Builders. My name is Kayla Banda and I am your training program facilitator. First, I'd like to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. The intention of this video is to help you familiarize yourself with some of the tools and resources you're going to be using during the training program, such as Basecamp, which is where you're going to access all of your course materials, and Live Plan, where you're going to be doing some of your business planning throughout the course. You'll also get a brief introduction to some of the advisors who are here and ready to support you throughout your Business Builders experience. So let's get into it.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Aldrich-Flick with the SBDC. I'm an advisor and I facilitate the programs Buying and Selling Outside the US and Business Builders. And our programs are live and they are interactive, and it's like being in a classroom through Zoom. So we look at things that way, and you're going to be beginning a journey together to focus on your business creation and growth. Over the course of it, there's going to be a lot to learn and share. We have breakout rooms, engagements, discussions, and the instructors are experts in their fields, some from the SBDC and some from the community. And everyone loves to teach and advise you. Also remember that SBDC advising is no cost in addition to the programs, so you have that available to you at all times. We do request some engagements. One is check your email updates and Basecamp frequently, because that's where we'll give you the information about what's coming next. Schedule individually with your advisors for the advising time. The classes are on Zoom and they're interactive. Like I mentioned before, this is a real classroom. It just happens to be on the internet. Sign in 5 minutes early prior to class start, so we can get your cameras working and any tech issues settled before a prompt start time. Please keep your camera on, as this is a classroom. It's still in person and it's live and it's like a physical classroom. Classes will begin with introductions, as each instructor is different, so they're all going to get to know you, and it's a way to get to know each other and practice your unique value propositions for your business. Also in Zoom, please put your full name and pronouns in your Zoom frame and your company name. Classes will have breakout sessions and breaks, and classes are not recorded, so attendance is the best way to get the maximum out of all the programs. Some classes will have some prep and some will have post-work, some will have both. And it's all designed to be fun and to benefit the work that you're doing for your company. So we're glad you're here. Thank you so much for registering for our program, and we look forward to seeing you in class.
Hello, I'm Sean Harry with the Small Business Development Center, and I'm here today to share with you a brief introduction or run through of a tool that we use in your program called Basecamp. And Basecamp, let's just dive right in and let's see what Basecamp looks like. Now, let me pull up my screen. When you first log into the project, you will see all of the projects that you've been invited to. And now you will, if you've never used Basecamp before, you'll only have one project. I have a lot of projects going on. So this one I will run through, use to show you the different elements of the Basecamp. The first is called the message board. And the message board is where your instructors and advisors and your cohort lead will share information with you directly. So normally this is upcoming events and important things like that. Maybe we've gotten some news that would be helpful for you, and that will happen in the message board. You will also have an opportunity to share with your colleagues in the class through this link called the campfire. And as you can see, the campfire is where people will introduce themselves, maybe tell about a little bit about their business. You can ask your colleagues questions like, hey, do you have a good bookkeeper that you can refer us to? Or what would you do in this situation? And talk to each other through the campfire. You can also post things like your social media feeds and ask people to follow there or to look over your website. Anything that is between you and other people in your program would be appropriate in the campfire. The next section is the section on docs and files, and this is where the documents, the handouts, the PowerPoint situations, everything from each session will be housed. And there may be some other things as well. For instance, one of the tools that we encourage you to use is a tool called LivePlan. And in this situation, there is an account of LivePlan, information about LivePlan. Each session normally will have its own folder. And if you open up that folder, you can see the handouts, the PowerPoint, if there's any recording that was done to share information about that session, that'll all be here in the docs and files area. The next two areas may or may not come into play depending on your cohort lead. One of them is the schedule. When I put together a program, I like to list all of the program sessions, and your lead instructor may do that as well. And most likely this will also be a place that will have the Zoom link and the times and other information about when your class or your program meets. So if you can't find it somewhere else, come to the schedule in Basecamp, and there's probably something there, a link that will let you know how to get into class. The final area, well, it's not the final area, but this other area here is called a to-do list. I don't typically use the to-do list, but your lead instructor may have items that they want you to do. And if so, they'll put them in the to-do list here. A couple of other things important about Basecamp is you'll see up on top here the people who are in your program, as well as your instructors and advisors, and you can message them directly through this tool. And then finally, there is a project activity list, which goes through everything that was posted in Basecamp. It just keeps a chronological track of what's been posted in your Basecamp. And so you can go back through this and look at the history of Basecamp and see the things that were added, maybe discussions that were happening, and that will give you information about items in your program. So that's Basecamp. That's a basic introduction, and we hope that you will use Basecamp because it really is a great way for us to connect with each other and share information. Best wishes in your program, and have a lot of fun.
Hello, I'm Jackie B. Peterson, one of the senior advisors at the Portland Community College SBDC, and I get to talk to you about our Growth Wheel tool. In all of our programs at the SBDC, we use worksheets developed by Growth Wheel, an international consulting company that has approached planning, profitable growth, and successful development using a model supported by an extensive series of worksheets. These worksheets are powerful tools to help you get clear on your thinking, focus on solving complex problems, and identifying a clear step-by-step path to success. They're really wonderful. The Growth Wheel itself is a diagram of business development that shows the journey to business success on a 360-degree approach. It's called the wheel. The wheel is divided into 4 quadrants, and each quadrant is then subdivided into 5 more sections. Each subsection has at least 5 specific worksheets that can be used for discussion, decision-making, and problem-solving. We, the instructors, use these worksheets in class to give an example of the information we are presenting and discussing. And we use these worksheets when meeting with you on a one-by-one basis in our advising sessions. All the SBDC advisors in Oregon have been trained and licensed in the use of these tools. First, as I said, we use them as part of our class curriculum so that in almost every class, you do not just listen to a presenter, but we schedule time as part of the class for you to use the appropriate growth wheel worksheet and focus on your business to identify issues, make some strategic decisions, or identify areas that just need more of your attention. That means you work on your business during class. We believe that the opportunity to work on your business gives you a sense of reality, and it gives you a way to apply what's being taught in the class. It's practical and real, not just theory. We believe that you will find these tools very helpful for building your business. They're wonderful for helping you think through the complex issues faced by every business owner and develop a set of solutions that support your growth and profitability. We look forward to working with you and with these tools. Thank you.
This is Arlene Soto, and I'm talking to you today about the tool Live Plan, which the Small Business Development Center uses to help businesses build business plans that they can use for reaching out to their bank, reaching out to their potential employees, reaching out to investors. And Live Plan, that you can now see on my screen, is an online business plan template developed specifically for businesses to plan, write a full business plan, write a pitch if someone is interested in reaching out to investors, and doing financial forecasting, which is very important, but also difficult sometimes for small business owners to understand. So what we're going to talk about today is just what Live Plan is and an overview of how you're going to be using it in your Business Builders program. So Live Plan, like I said, is an online business plan template. It's built off of an outline that you can see on my screen right now. We have an executive summary. We have the opportunity section of the plan, the execution section of the plan, and the company section of the plan, and then the financial projections. When someone's writing a business plan, it's often difficult to get started because most small business people don't know what they don't know and don't know where to start. So when we're writing a business plan, typically you want to start with something you know, like the company section of the plan. This is where you talk about ownership and structure, management team, any advisors for the business. Live Plan has added some really, really nice tools to its template now, and you can now use AI to help you write an initial section of your business plan. Now, this isn't going to be exactly right. It isn't going to be 100% of what you're trying to do in your business plan, but it will certainly give you a few words to be able to get started as you're writing a business plan. So one of the tools that is now available in Live Plan is this AI assistant. And I found that it's fairly accurate if you put the right words in as you're starting to develop this piece of your plan. The most important piece of a business plan is the financial projections, because that's what a lender or an investor are looking for. And Live Plan also uses AI now to help develop the financial projections for a company. If you're in an existing company, you can bring in data from your existing financial statements. You can bring in information like your chart of accounts or what's happened over the last year, which will help you develop your financial projections. I'm stumbling over the word projections today. And this is this particular tool is built on tables, financial tables. So we're starting out here with revenue, then we can jump to direct costs, then personnel, then expenses, assets owned by the business, taxes, dividends, cash flow assumptions, and financing and investment in a business. So once you've created your financial tables, then you can also create a profit and loss, a balance sheet, and a cash flow statement that will help you to see how well your business is going to do. I really like LifePlan's financial forecasting tools because it makes it simpler for non-accountants to look at the numbers and see whether there's a profit potential or whether they're going to have to find a place to finance their business. LifePlan is wonderful as far as the tools that it provides for resources and for help. And so right now I'm going to move this over to how to grow a business, how to do a forecast, all of these videos that are available to help with LifePlan and sample business plans will be available to you as a part of your class so that you can create a business plan that works for you and for what you're trying to do. One more thing I want to talk about in the forecasting section, you can do multiple scenarios for your forecasting for your finances. So let's say you've got an opportunity for either building A or building B that you want to rent to run your business. You can do multiple scenarios. So you can do a scenario that you can see what happens if I choose this option versus what happens if I choose another option. If you're not going to be looking for financing through a traditional lender, but you're looking for investors instead, what you may need is a pitch instead of a business plan. And a pitch, limited characters, limited words, but you create your headline, you talk about your opportunity, so the problem worth solving and the solution. You talk about the target market, the competitive landscape. You make your ask for funding, talk about sales and marketing, look at the financial projections, and then what are the steps that you need to take in order to reach the goals that you've set. Key roles and team, those are the internal people that will be helping you to run this business and make it work. And partners and resources, those are the outside resources that you talk to help you with business, like your accountant or your attorney or your marketing professional or your insurance agent or your banker or your small business development center advisor. So this is a very shortened opportunity to look at where's your business, what's going on, and what are you asking for. LifePlan is available to the clients of the Small Business Development Center, typically for 3 months. And at the end of that 3 months, you have the option of choosing to purchase LifePlan, continue to use it on your own, or your plan can be archived and you can go back later, request access to it by buying a license yourself and make updates to your plan. So it's very flexible for people who are working on a business plan.
My name is Terry Long, and I'm an advisor here at the SBDC. Well, I want to congratulate you all for signing up for the Business Builders Educational Series. And something that is really important for you to know as well. Not only do we value the educational series, we also value one-on-one advising. So each student will be able to have one-on-one advising with various advisors who have various specialties. We have Jackie B. Peterson, who specializes in retail and service industries. We have Kim Allchurch Flick, who also specializes in retail and service industries. We have Margaret Molly Moore, whose specialty is manufacturing. We have Dr. Sean Harry, who specializes in restaurants, food trucks, and carts. And I, Terry Long, also specialize in restaurants, food trucks, and carts. We believe at the SBDC that one-on-one advising makes it personal. We get to know you. We can help you deal with your specific small business needs on a one-to-one basis. So it's definitely extremely important to take advantage of this one-on-one counseling. There will be a document in Basecamp that has all the contact information of those 5 people, how to reach out to them and follow up for one-on-one advising sessions. Thank you.
Thank you again for taking the time to watch this video. I am so excited to meet each and every one of you in our first session of Business Builders.